Heroes and Legends. Generations for the Holy War. Fight at the seacoast. Traz and his kinfolk George Thompson are enjoying a peaceful time fishing because between the two of them, they love to fish. And Tropical was a beautiful paradise in which they could do so and relax, despite the wars around them. Accompanying Traz was his two lieutenants, the fearsome Butter and the brave and determined young lady, Yam. While everything was going well, suddenly an Eurasian force had appeared on a surprise attack against Tropical. Then the two Thompsons sprung into action. Trez then ordered Butter and Yam to hold off the Eurasians, while George Thompson went to protect the seacoast leader, Chev, from harm. The battle was going smoothly. Trez was throwing his shield like a boomerang, while he used his spear play to beat back the forces and push all of them away. Yam was doing her part as well, determined not to allow an inch of their land to be taken, and Butter was using his bully club to destroy the enemies. George protected Chef, and any Eurasian that got near to him, he would certainly deal with. While all this was going on, the seemingly command of this Eurasian force was no better. There's no other Van Yates of the Tog. He was determined to secure a victory. However, the Thompsons would not allow him. Soon Yates was confronted by the combined might of Trez Thompson and George Thompson, and soon Yates and the Tog and the Eurasian forces had to lick their wounds and retreat. Seeing that this battle was all but won, the Thompson men returned to their boat to fish, and it was George that finally caught a big one, and Trez laughed and applauded at the sight of George's first catch ever. Elsewhere, the epic battle between clans was on. The Syn Clan of the elders were making their moves as the children of Syn Clan leader Catherine, Syn Catherine, and her two sons, Syn Volcan of the Mighty Might and Syn Marcus of Fire, surrounded the forces of the Jedi Oberon, determined to wipe them out and secure a key victory for the elders. Advisor Eris was the commander of the Oberon, and his protector Elmar were being assisted by Naomi and her cousin Garrett after they fled from Bajan, seeing that their father had perished. But when their troops tried, they were attacked by might, ambushes, and fire. Eris was overwhelmed by so many things, and he could not do anything. He couldn't come up with a proper strategy because the enemy's attacks were fearsome. Suddenly, Hognose had appeared as he wanted to join up with the Jedi. Naomi was very pleased, excited, and glad that they had come to help. Hognose then said, I live to fight. I wish to join Jedi, avenge stellar forces that died to enemy hands. Naomi was stunned. The stellar forces are defeated? Oh no, seems to be losing forces and allies in this war. Her cousin Garrett then said. Eris then thanked Hognose, and together they formed a circle perimeter to withstand the enemy. Gatrin laughed and said, all too easy. Now our brilliance and might and our powers of elderhood will destroy you all, and we be one step closer to ending this chaos. My sons, my troops, attack. Then Magnus then said, "It's time to let up the heat." And then Syn Volcan also said, punching his hand, "Yeah, let's do this." As the Syn Clan were prepared themselves for the final showdown to completely eradicate the forces of the Oberon and the Jedi for good. Suddenly, out of nowhere, an invisible ship had appeared, and jumping out of it were heroes of old. Aldru, who was also with the surrounded allies, couldn't believe who he saw jumping out of the ship. It was King Horatio, Prince Walker, his son, Mizani Oberon, the second in command of the Oberon clan, and the newcomer Heather and Mizani's right hand, Taruko. They all became primes. Originally because of the 4A story, which is now concluded. Now they have returned to the Holy War. Anyway, they arrived and shocked the Syn Clan. They couldn't believe it. King Horatio, Prince Walker, Mizani, Taruko, and a newcomer Heather looked very strong and well equipped for fighting. St. Catherine did not plan on any reinforcements, let alone these powerhouses. And then father and son, Walker and Horatio, then combined their fists and kicks to beat back Syn Volcan, who was strong, and his strength alone can withstand the power of prime Jedidians. Now, Mizani Oberon handled Magnus himself. Magnus used all his firepower, but however, the fires had no effect. Mizani didn't even smell like smoke. He brushed off himself and said, "You need more fire than this to burn me." And then he grabbed Magnus by the throat, lifted him up, threw him down, and stabbed him with his spear. Then Taruko and Heather were walking up and down, slaying enemy troops. Eris was stunned and crying tears of joy. Ardru of the Jedi then said, "It is time for us to counterattack. We need to hide no longer." And then the Jedi and Oberon forces began to charge against the Syn Clan. Seeing that her sons were now defeated and dead, St. Catherine used her elder powers of crossbows from a high pitch to try to slay the enemies. She was successful at first, slaying Mayan troops. However, Heather and Naomi jumped up high to meet her, and the two women attacked St. Catherine. After some time, Catherine was overwhelmed and fell down. It was there that Naomi hit the critical blow, defeating St. Catherine, and the Syn Clan was no more. Mizani could only laugh, as now, finally, the Oberon were officially the only clan of clan space left in all of existence. He laughed as he celebrated this tremendous and historical victory.